Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Sunday, May 31st, 2015. Ra and Asha here in the Lynn-Body-Mind, Paul in the Jamie Body-Mind. We notice how disruptive it is to the physical dimensions to have this great influx of non-physical presence that isn't actually channels up, target to target, and not only not committed to staying that way, not intending to stay that way.
Not at all.
It's possible they do stretch enough to get through the filter, but as soon as they're past the entry gate, they just shrink back.
Let it all hang out.
They let it all hang out.
That's true.
So that's not working.
No.
And our work today has been focused on coordinating efforts between the dimensions and between the projects for spirit in such a way as to manifest the divine plan right now, support all physical presences in living their own individual soul plans right now. In other words, triggering the awakening right now. And with that, it begins. I see Charles and Betty Jean, his mom, who's working with him.
That's true.
Talking with the people who are running the checkpoint. And he's really doing it very well, very diplomatically. He's showing the stats of the percentages of people who are almost immediately being picked up in the nets that we're casting according to specs for people with Bodysnatcher alignment and Bodysnatcher attitudes.
That's true.
And he's showing how in the instruction manual it quite clearly says the caliber of the nets, and they're using calipers to measure the caliber of the nets, and saying, you know, this is the right size.
That's true.
And the guy at the checkpoint agrees that's correct. You know, he would like to argue with that. He's very much wanting to argue that, and Charles is saying, well, fine, here's the netting that we're using. Check it for yourself.
That's true.
And he says begrudgingly, and with a poor attitude.
That's true. All right.
All right.
That's true.
So, friend, your specs surely say something different than the way you're implementing them.
Yes,
and
that's true.
It's easy to be confused, and we know how difficult it is to interpret the messages from
That's
above.
true.
Believe me, we're more experienced at that than anyone else is.
Right,
and so
that's
we're not looking down our nose at you. We're not minimizing the difficulty of the project, of the assignment of interpreting messages from above, but it is the assignment.
It's true.
And so first, your own channels, friend, are they groomed? Well, no, they're a mess.
That's true.
So we have a problem here. The people running the checkpoint don't have their channels up and aren't target to target.
That's true.
Wow. Charles. Now I'm Ra again. That was Charles speaking.
That's
and
true.
now this is Ra again, Ra at the microphone. Charles, are you willing to step in and run the checkpoint and just show them how it's done until they seem to be able to do it properly?
Yes.
We just assume that they have good intent and they're confused, but they themselves would not meet the qualifications for the checkpoint.
That's true.
And so actually we see how it would be
There it is.
normal. There you go. That someone with poor alignment and poor choices would not want to be holding the checkpoint to higher standards than their own alignment, which actually goes to show that probably we need to have one of our team members manning the checkpoint.
That's true.
Got it.
Got it.
Got it. So Charles, for now, do you, with Betty Jean and with an appropriate backup of Glenn's elite troops, would you accept the responsibility of manning the checkpoint?
Yeah, absolutely.
And now immediately what I noticed is a lot of people getting out of the line, scattering. They're intending to look for portals to jump through.
That's
so Black Wolf, calling for you to take the army and block those portals, shut them off. No. No. Seal the dimension, the interdimensional barriers.
That's true.
So that everybody goes through the checkpoint.
That's true. And it's like he's sealing the barrier and setting up a trap, so everyone who heads for another portal, it's like, boop.
Well, what it looks to me, it's interesting. We're seeing the same thing different ways. It looks to me like every single portal is a trap.
Yes, that's it.
Every single portal is a trap.
Like they jump in and
poof, straight into Garth. The sorting machine.
That's true.
For determination.
That's true.
Are they legitimately confused, in which case they're kind of like stamped and sent to rehab?
Yes.
Or do they have poor intention, in which case they are getting a fresh start? And we're, of course, live streaming up everything that we're doing. And Fritz, God bless Fritz, his department of record keepers is an A team.
That's true.
And he's sending up in a continual feed what we're doing, so that if we're messing up, that we can adjust course immediately.
That's true.
Thank you, Fritz.
Thank you, Fritz.
Very grateful.
That's true.
Asha is kind of drawing my attention to, it looks almost like a rope bridge between our team's workplace and Luce's team's workplace, where they're running the rehab center.
That's true.
It's a difficult crossing. It's possible. It's probably scary.
That's true.
It's very possible that this is a good thing. I'm not convinced this is a bad thing,
I'm
Asha.
not sure it's a bad thing.
Is it specs? Just feel the energy of what the specs say to do, and take the energy of this rope bridge and intend to draw it to the energy that's prescribed.
That's true.
Now it kind of looks like a high ropes course.
Yeah.
It no longer looks like a rope bridge over a Himalayan crevasse.
That's true.
But it does look like a high ropes course.
That's true.
So that there's safety harnesses in place, perhaps.
Yeah.
And that people can't really plunge to their deaths here.
That's true.
But it's enough to put the fear of God in them.
That's true.
Is the phrase that's being used. That's fascinating.
That's true.
Basically a wake-up call. Wake-up call. Friends, you're going to rehab. That means you're messing up.
It's true.
It's okay. We're all messing up all the time. We're error-making machines. We're not looking down our nose at you. What matters is to acknowledge our errors right away and take corrective action right away.
That's true.
And again, it's being shown how important it is to know our own patterns, to do what it takes to come to know our own patterns.
That's true.
If we have a pattern of anger, to recognize that and be aware that anger will skew us. If we have a pattern of fear, to be aware of that and know that it will, it's not fear.
It's allowing fear to stop us from doing what we're supposed to do.
Yes, cowardice, in other words, cowardice. And people don't like that word, but I'm sorry that you don't like the word. It's the most precise word for the vibration.
That's true.
So to come to know our own patterns, whatever they are, if we have a pattern of laziness, of not wanting to work hard, people don't like, again, the vibration of the word laziness, although that's the fit.
That's true.
For that vibration. They feel better if I say I don't want to work that hard than if we say laziness.
That's true. To recognize our own patterns, because seeing it and recognizing it is the first step to being able to take the necessary steps to change the patterns, if the patterns are unhelpful, which in this case my story is they are. And if we don't see it, we're helpless to change them.
Yes, and now I'm being shown Isis walking over that rope bridge.
That's true.
From Asha's department to where the rope bridge hooks into Luce's team's organization, where they're running the rehab efforts. And
that's true.
I'm not going to call to her or wave at her because she looks terrified and she's focusing on where to put her hands and feet.
That's true.
That wouldn't be helpful, but I see her there, and I'm glad she's going to get help.
That's true.
And I see others crossing as well. I see Fernando, for example.
That's true.
I see Terry, I see Lloyd, I see Christian. I see lots of friends who have come and gone.
That's true.
And they are going over to rehab. Usually the patterns are something along the lines of what I'm already doing should be enough.
That's true.
Or I'm not actually held accountable to a soul contract.
That's true.
And may we be of service right now to trigger the awakening right now. What now? What is ours to do? I'm shown Garth and how much, how crucial his work is, and how wonderful that he is stepping up. And we're going to invite other nebulae to join him in learning how to become spiral nebulae. And this isn't going to happen overnight.
It's true.
But we have the videos of how Garth did it. Now we can show someone else what to do. And I feel like we have a number of nebulae here who are interested in taking on that work. They love the idea of becoming an actual physical vortex of tangibility.
That's true.
And they would like to know how to do it. And
That's
so
true.
we'll set up a training room.
Yeah.
And then you guys can begin to practice
That's true.
doing what Garth's doing. But Garth is developing a high level of competence
That's
at
true.
this. And don't knock yourself if you aren't able to do what he's doing
That's
right
true.
away. Take as your working theory, you'll start really small.
It's true. Looks like a boxing training room or a gym.
Yes, it looks like a gym. Get in shape.
It's true.
Get in shape. And Garth kind of heaves a sigh of relief at the
That's
idea that some other
true.
people will begin to start stepping up, heading
That's
in the
true.
direction of doing what they're going to need to do to think about being ready to do the work he's doing.
That's true.
And so, friends, to first be willing to notice our patterns, to actually be willing to notice what we're actually doing, so that when someone says to us, in effect, I see you have a purple shirt on, we don't say, What? What are you talking about? This isn't a purple shirt.
It's true.
When somebody says, I notice we're having runny eggs this morning, although it's been fully 50 mornings we've had runny eggs.
That's true.
That person doesn't say, What? What do you mean these eggs aren't runny? But instead says, Oh my goodness,
That's true.
these are runny eggs. Thank you for pointing that out. I didn't even notice that they were runny, but now that you see it, I can clearly say
That's true.
These eggs are runny, and I intend to do better.
That's true.
I can do better. And so I myself really appreciate taking on the role of family cook
That's true.
right now, because I can practice that art. I'm actually enjoying watching myself flail and flounder,
That's true.
and remembering that in every moment the answers are there for us. And so to say, how does one turn this egg? How does one make this curry? How does one put together a Thai soup?
That's true.
It's enjoyable. I like it.
It's true.
Again, to support
Poor
Garth.
Merging.
So we
Wow.
see that Garth has lots of rips,
That's true.
and to see that there's confluence with the needs of the body minds who are
true.
these two body minds are also experiencing perimeter messages. Garth
true.
is in identical fashion experiencing perimeter messages.
That's true.
And so let's have the intention right now, all of us, to seal the perimeters. And to seal the perimeters from target to target. Whew. And use Garth as the central focus, but also the body minds of Lynn and Jamie as well.
That's true.
All three. And since the Lynn-Body-Mind and to some extent the Jamie Body-Mind are actively participating in supporting Garth, like they have taken
true.
over that assignment. Lynn's got the hat
That's
on.
true.
They're merged
Like
anyway.
I see like workman
Yes,
vests.
she loves this kind of work.
That's true.
Yeah, she's just going for
And
it.
they love Garth.
And they love Garth. And so their intention is to stay fully merged with Garth
That's
24/7, and we can tend the perimeter for all of them simultaneously.
That's
and
true.
what a beautiful example of how the universe always crafts
That's true.
a solution that is win, 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 win. Everyone wins.
That's true.
As long as we all step up and do our parts of the dance.
That's true.
And they're showing again some complex dances from the Renaissance times, perhaps, where everybody has an assigned role, and that it works beautifully.
That's true.
Like sealing, there are actual rips where people, like I can see people, they're just trying to get out of the sorting
That's
machine, and they're
true.
actually cutting the sides of the vortex with what look like box cutters.
That's true.
Wow. The crazy things we do
That's true.
to avoid seeing the truth. These people don't want to be sorted. They don't want the message that they're not making the grade.
That's true.
They don't want to go to rehab.
That's true.
They don't want to go to rehab. Well, this is how it is when we're addicted. These people are addicted to the idea that they're already doing what they're supposed to be doing. No, you aren't, friend. If you were already doing what you were supposed to be doing, you would not hesitate to go through the sorter. You would just go through the sorter, and you would pop out into kudos, your own right place, exactly where you were before. That's how you know you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, is you go through the sorter and you're still sitting in the same chair. That's why
true.
our team, every single morning, the entrance to our workplace is through the sorter.
That's true.
And if we end up in our same seat, hallelujah, we're doing what we're supposed to be. Well, we're where we're supposed to be doing what we're supposed to be doing.
That's true.
We're in our right place.
That's true.
And then again, we have the choice, as we all do in every moment, to do it. And doing it means doing what we're supposed to do, where we're supposed to do it, when we're supposed to do it, in the manner in which we're supposed to do it.
That's true.
And to intend to excel.
That's true.
Now let's start waving the learner's permit.
That's true.
And I'm going to just ask for my higher soul, because I noticed that those beings of the light that we called yesterday ripped Garth a new one.
That's true.
And that's incorrect.
No.
And we're not playing that game anymore.
That's true.
Forget that. No, but I'm going to ask for my higher selves and my future selves to come in and make this work right.
That's true. Asking for my higher selves, my future selves to come in.
And Asha's also.
That's true.
Asha's higher selves and Asha's future selves, because she is a darn good healer.
That's true.
And get those errors going from that target below.
That's true.
There's big bloppy
That's true.
errors that are archetypal errors of the common wheel.
That's true.
Weal. Pulse. It's like by sending up these errors of the common wheel, the error bubbles going through Garth's pillar seal the edges, seal the holes, the gaps from the inside, like with aquarium sealant.
That's true.
Placed on the inside. And now the pressure of people to escape comes against that sealant inside. They're not getting out.
That's true.
Let's do more of that. That's
true.
cool.